After 400 kilometers of winding roads from Yerevan, you are met by Meghri. To understand the essence of this town, hidden within mountain labyrinths, you have to breathe its air, feeling at once the heat of the sun and the coolness of the mountains. Andranik Hovhannisyan, a native of Meghri, describes his birthplace, which for him is not merely a point on the map, but an entire path of life, one that began in a riverside childhood.
I was born and raised in Meghri. I grew up right here, on this riverbank, because during the summer holidays our family always came down here to farm, to sow, and to raise livestock. And for a long time I grew up in this river, among these stones.
It took years of work for this land to take on its present appearance. Andranik recalls how they worked without pause, cleared the soil, and today already have a well-tended plot of high value.
Now the value and the importance of this land grow day by day. Because the north-south runs right along my right side, it comes, adjoins the property, and rises upward. I hope we will also have an access point from the north-south, and that this will become a wonderful place for welcoming the whole world.
Today, the air of Meghri is filled with the noise of construction, which, for the locals, is not a sound of worry, but of hope and of the future. The North-South Highway has become the main artery around which the community's economic life is concentrated.
In fact, in recent years, the construction of the north-south alone has already changed a lot in Meghri. Well, you can imagine how much more efficient it will be once it is operating, and how much new life it will bring to the community. But even now, the work show that the people of Meghri have more money, and investments have been made in the community. The importance of the community's lands has risen greatly, and their value has gone up. People are not just selling their lands at a high price, they simply do not want to sell their plots at all. And even at a high price, it is a bit hard to find land to buy, especially if the plots are next to the north-south, and to the route of trip, which is still not clearly defined. We still don't know exactly which orchards will border it, because the road is going to change a little and so on. People already value the lands beside that road very highly. The prices have risen a lot. In those areas, 1,000 square meters is now valued at least 30 to 35 million drams. And even after naming a price, they think about it a little, whether they were right, whether to sell or not, and there have been cases where they named a price and then regretted it and did not sell after all.
The rising price of land, in his view, speaks of confidence. People have begun to appreciate the value of their land, realizing that it is becoming an important part of the Crossroads of Peace. Meghri, which once rarely saw visitors, is now becoming a lively tourist center. The growing number of guest houses and hotels, according to Andranik, proves that the town has emerged from its former isolation.
They used to say Meghri was beyond the map, because it really was cut off from Armenia. And when many of us said Meghri, people would ask, where is that? And when new people came into Meghri, visiting someone or on their way to Iran, we would look at them in surprise and say, who is this who has come to Meghri? Whose guest is this? Who is it? Now every day we see new faces, new people, tourists. Over the past 5 years, all of this has become an ordinary thing. Life has changed, life is bubbling, and day by day, Meghri is taking on the face of a city. I never pictured Meghri as a city. True, it was a city, but it never had any proper city infrastructure. Now, day by day, new developments are coming in, and the future is visible. The future can truly be seen, both in the people and in the newly built establishments, in how much the tourist facilities, the hotels, and the guest houses have grown.
Andranik is a veteran of the 44-day war. He says the path he has traveled lets him look at strategic and economic matters without illusions. He is ready to welcome people of all nations who come to his land. If they are tourists, they are welcome. He is also taking concrete steps to develop tourism in his town, and he has many plans for the future.
I started with the kitchen, with food. In the coming years, I also want to go into the hotel business. Here I hope to build guest houses and eco-cabins. In fact, my goals are bigger. I want to establish a tourism agency.
Andranik is convinced that very soon, all his projects will become reality. Witness to this are the construction works being carried out on their land and the sounds of explosions heard from time to time. He says there is no need to fear those sounds. Bombs are no longer exploding. It is peace. The stones are being blasted for the construction of tunnels and bridges.